Well, welcome back to the Ale and Audio podcast. Now, last week we launched our sweepstake on the Ale and Audio podcast, which was a bit of an idea from Andy Dunn, basically, as he wanted to have a bit of a podcast competition between each other, not for any money, just for a bit of bragging rights. So we kind of launched that last week. We've included every team. We were going to take out the top 4 seeds, but with how many people ought to be involved, we decided to include them. And we attached a bit of a beer challenge to it as well, which is about trying to get drink a beer and post a picture with the beer of the beer from the country that you've drawn in the sweepstake. So that's what we did. So that was for the Ale and Audio Euro 2024 sweepstake and beer challenge. Just a reminder of, I've just flashed it up on the screen for the YouTube viewers, but loads of people got involved and we've kind of had to double up on some teams as well. Some people entered it a bit late too. But yeah, all brilliant, really, excited for the competition, see what happens. It's just for a bit of bragging rights, if anything, really. But what we've got is pretty much as the time we were organising that, I saw this brilliant post from Alex_Stevens_beer, if you want to give him a follow, but Alex on a beer lover on Instagram, who we all know and love. He'd done a brilliant post about how he was actually going to try and do this challenge himself anyway. So he'd already got, and he's got all these collection of different beers from all these different countries represented in the Euros. And yeah, I thought we've got to get him on then. We've got to have a chat. And we thought we'd do a little bit of game. He's going to give me, do a little bit of a competition for me. See if I can guess a handful of these beers that he's got and guess what country that they're from. So let's bring him in then. It is Beer Lover from Instagram, Alex_Stevens_beer. How are you doing, mate? Good to see you.
Thanks for the full intro, mate, on the app. You never guess what my name is, would you, from that?
Exactly, yeah. We are both in our England attire, so let's start with what we're wearing then. Go on, you tell us about your shirt first.
So, I mean, I was alive for the '90 World Cup, but I am reliably informed by my old man that for England-Germany semi-final, I was laying in front of the telly on my belly in just a nappy, staring up at the screen. I was about 9 months old, so I don't remember it, but
that must be where the love for football kind of got right deep into your roots and then sort of developed from there, probably.
Oh, big time. And then skip forward about 6 years later, Euro 96, that's the first tournament I remember, that England-Scotland game. Don't want to annoy anyone Scottish that might be listening, so we won't dwell on it.
Well, yes. I mean, you talk about your shirt. It's obviously it's Italian 19th, so that would have been the famous Gazetteers tournament, I imagine, wouldn't it have been? And that's where you kind of recognise that shirt from.
Oh, yeah.
For me, I was a little bit later to the football party. I was at my first big. I mean, I do remember 96, but not really being that into football at that age. Yeah. I think we're probably a similar sort of age. I might be a little bit older than you. I'm 36 now. But I was a little bit behind when it came to sort of falling in love with football. And when I did, it got hooked, as a lot of people do. So France 98 was the big one for me. That was the first big one. Obviously, seeing a young 18-year-old Michael Owen score that goal against Argentina. What a goal. It's still one of the best, one of my best memories of watching football. So I'm in the France 98 retro-y sort of shirt. So there we go. Now, I've got to say, at the time of recording, this is Friday of the day of kickoff, isn't it, of the Euro 2024. So we've got Scotland and Germany tonight, obviously.
What we've got, 4 hours, 45 minutes till kickoff.
Exactly. So as we're talking, please ignore any references to hope, excitement, the belief that England might actually do something, or maybe we're just going to be really sort of relaxed about it and maybe try not to get his hopes up, because we don't know what's happened. The time of recording, we don't know what's happened in the tournament so far. So, Alex, obviously, your love for football has brought on this challenge. But yeah, when did you decide to start doing this? Because obviously it must have took a bit of preparation to make sure you were ready for tournament kickoff.
Yeah, it's taken probably a good couple of months ago I started it. So this isn't the first time I've done it. I actually did it for Euro 2020, Euro 2021, call it what you want. But didn't post it on socials, didn't go anywhere at the time. And then came around to the Qatar World Cup and I thought, oh, why not? Let's post it. That's what kickstarted my Instagram, weirdly. And that was a nightmare to get hold of some beers. I had to do a few kind of yeah, like missed matches and stuff like that. So I thought, right, start early on this one. And yeah, managed to get there. Finished it last week, thanks to a couple of mates who were doing holidays. So
Oh, that was handy then.
yeah,
Um,
that's got
I
over the
mean,
line.
so for you, this really so this was one of the things that kick-started your Instagram
Yeah,
beer
The
account,
World Cup
basically.
one. My first ever post on Instagram was the beers for World Cup 2022.
Oh, that's amazing. And I mean, I can see you're on like, you're kind of kicking up towards 5,000 followers, aren't you? Which is incredible. So that just shows you, how much it's taken off, and this is a brilliant idea. And the beauty of doing this each tournament, especially for someone who loves the beer and likes trying different beers and stuff, the beauty of doing it is you are always going to get different countries in the competition, aren't you? Some obviously there will be some that are the same, but
Yeah,
then quite often, and I suppose even the ones that are easy to find, you've tried to get still something that's a little bit more not always as recognizable, not the standard
yeah,
thing. For example,
yeah.
I'm guessing you've not gone for a Heineken for the Netherlands and stuff like that. Yeah.
No, I've not. And yeah, I always try and go for something a bit more crafty because I love my craft beer. But my other thing I do, which arguably makes it a bit trickier, is I always try and get beers that I've never drunk before. Oh.
Brilliant. That's great. Sorry, I know the internet's just dropping, but if you just hang fire, it'll drop back in. There we go. We should be okay now. But yeah, I managed to catch the rest of that. Hope you can hear me all right.
Yeah, all good.
All still good at your end. Good stuff. Yeah. So really great idea. And like you say, it must have took some effort to get all these together. But obviously you've been releasing them, or you are in the process at the time recording of releasing these beers, aren't you, bit by bit to sort of show people what you've got hold of. Is that right?
Yeah, spot on. Had people sort of request a country, so showcased a few of them, and then yeah, as you say, time of recording, we haven't started the Euros yet, but just before the game tonight, there's a nice picture where you can see them all. That's gonna come out on Instagram.
Brilliant. I mean, this is going to be really handy for the people who are in our sweepstake because obviously, as part of that, the challenge is for them to get a beer from their sweepstake team's country. Do a little bit of an Instagram post for us just for a bit of fun. And I know we've obviously, after we linked up, we thought we've got to get you involved in this as well. Obviously, it's easy for you because you've already prepared, but you've drawn Romania in the sweepstake. How do you fancy their chances?
Well, I like the look of the beer I've got, so
Yeah.
might be drinking it fairly soon, which is maybe not a bad thing. Yeah, I mean, dark horses potentially.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, the group they're in, Belgium are in there, but aging sides, arguably. So make it out of the group, eh? And you never know in this tournament, do you? We saw Greece win it. So
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Who would be your tip then for this tournament?
can I say England? No, probably
You
not.
can if you want to, but I daren't.
I mean, it's difficult to look past France, isn't it? I actually got them in a sweepstake at work a couple of hours ago, so that maybe has thrown my hat in that ring. But I mean, World Cup finalists, it's difficult to see past them. I think if we can beat them, I fancy our chances.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of me is sort of saying Portugal, just because. I mean, I'm saying it's
The Ronaldo factor.
Ronaldo's last tournament, but I don't think he said it is his last one or anything like that, has he? As far as I'm aware.
No,
So no,
he's a
he'll
machine. He's probably
he'll
still
be
going
playing
in 10 years'
exactly.
time.
Well, this is it. He'll be playing when he's 50. So, but I just kind of think he's kind of at that age where you might start thinking he'll be stopping. So maybe he's the last one. I don't know. But I mean, it's funny, isn't it? Because he was playing 20 years ago in Euro 2000, 2004, weren't he?
Yeah.
And we've got Bellingham in our team, obviously, who
Unreal.
was he even born or was he like 0 or a couple of months old or something like that at the time? So absolutely bonkers.
Yeah,
But
it's
anyway,
madness.
so
Madness.
let's do this game then, shall we? And then what we'll move on to talk about after is more domestic football. Because obviously, if we're interested in international football, there's always a domestic team there in the background as well, isn't there? We'll ask you about that.
Yeah.
So
I'll give your listeners a clue, shall I? Of which team my allegiances might be with. We've got one player in the England squad for this tournament.
So while we're playing this game, listeners, you've got like maybe about 5 minutes or so. While I'm making a complete fool of myself trying to guess where these beers are from. You've got 5 minutes to guess which team Alex supports. You may have. I mean, do you often showcase that on your own Instagram?
I have done for good reason.
No cheating. No cheating. No cheating. Yeah. So they do have one player in the England team, which gives you a little bit of a clue that it's likely to be a Premiership team. Well, it will be a Premiership team, obviously. So anyway, let's go then. So it's up to you how you want to do it. You've got what you say. You've got about 11 beers or something, is it? To show me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can do 11 if you want. Yeah. I haven't done any of the ones that I've already showcased because that'd be cheating. I don't want to make it too easy for you.
Yeah, obviously I'm gonna go for half marks, but that might be quite difficult considering you've got 11. So I'm gonna be positive, and I'm gonna say I want to get 6 rather than 5. Is that right? So here we go. See how I can do.
We'll give you. Should be an easy start. This one.
Okay, should be. Oh, that's. I will describe it. It's Chimsia. Oh, so I'm gonna say Germany. It might be too obvious.
No, mate. You're
it's
spot
not.
on. You're spot on.
I'm spot on. There we go. Hey,
couldn't
excellent.
let you start with a no marker, could
it's
I?
It's definitely not one I've had. So yeah. There we go.
I thought, to be fair, typically German with the blue and white flags reminds me of Oktoberfest.
That's what I saw, but I also thought it could have quite easily been Austria as well. I was hovering over that a little bit, but when you said it was easy, that's why I went for Germany. All right then, there we go. Okay. 1 out of 1.
1 out of 1. Right. Let's try and mix it up between bottles and cans as well, shall we? Right.
Oh, we've got a can now, and it's from Dogma Brewery. Smash with Idaho 7 hops, a session IPA. That is a good-looking can. That is really hard to tell. I don't think you can tell from the outside of the can. Dogma. Oh, I don't know why. I'm gonna go.
Do you want a clue?
Albania.
It's not Albania.
Give us one clue then for this one.
They're very relevant.
I've heard to this Euros. Oh, right, okay.
For us.
So they're in our group then.
Might be.
Serbia. Yes.
What's that? Half a point because it came with a clue?
Yeah, half a point came with a clue. There we go. Serbia. There we go.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for that. Right.
I've got my wall chart ready, by the way, just to remind me what teams I'm looking for. That's allowed, isn't it?
Love that. Yeah. I need to get one. I might just have to fill it in though when I get back from Germany. Right. Let's go for this bit of fun.
Okay, so we're back on bottles now, and it says Sans Goulottes, I think. I'm terrible at this. Yeah. People will be laughing their head off. It's a blonde beer though, with the look of it. So I'd be tempted to say Belgian.
Close.
Oh.
France.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah, I can see that there. Yeah, there's a little clue with the label.
That a little bit.
Oh, there is. Yeah.
The person has lost their pants, which apparently is what the beer name means.
Oh, right. Okay. Right.
Okay. Right. Let's get this one out of the way.
So what we got? Oh, we've got Beak. Oh, that's got to be. I feel like you're trying to trip me up here a little bit, but I know Beak are based in Lewes, I believe, down near yourself, near Brighton. So yeah, it's got to be England, obviously.
Of course it is.
But it's a collab. I thought you were trying to trip me up there, whether they had some roots back to another country or something. But
no, I had to. Beak are, if you follow my Instagram, if you know me, Beak are very clearly my favourite brewery. So it was a no-brainer. Had to be done.
I mean, it's brilliant how well they've been doing as well. They are like, the last few years they've just shot to beer fame, haven't they?
Yeah, the tap room is brilliant as well.
Yeah. And they're doing expansions as far as I think I've read that they're doing a big expansion somewhere, aren't they? Or opening another one somewhere.
Close to Brighton Station. You've let that cat out of the bag of where I'm from now, so maybe that's a red herring.
Oh, no!
That might be a red herring, though, if it was a support.
Could be. Could be, yeah.
No, I grew up around all sorts of fans. Right, next one.
This is Benno, or yeah, I would say Benno. It's a that's got to be Belgium.
No, the Trappist bit has thrown you, hasn't it?
It has, yeah, it has. What's this one then?
You have. We'll give you a clue for half a point, shall we?
Go on,
You've
then.
already mentioned them during your guesses.
Oh, I've already said Austria.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
Half a point.
Right,
Yeah, so what do you want? 1, 2. You're on 2. No, you're on 3. You're on 3. 1, 2 correct and 2 halves.
That's it. As long as I get up to 6, I'm happy.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to stay on the bottles.
Back on the bottles. This is Schnadny Minch.
Yeah, I'm glad you're pronouncing it.
Oh, right. Okay, right. I might need to refer to my wall chart here to remind me who we've got and thinking about the language that's being used on that, the words. I might go, I'm tempted to go Poland.
No. It's a tricky one, to be fair, and I'm intrigued. Let's say that about this beer.
Yeah.
Does it say anywhere on it? I don't think so. Slovakia.
Oh, Slovakia. Well, yeah, I never got that one. Yeah.
No, that was one of the ones that was very tricky to find. Luckily, I found a Slovakian supermarket in Putney.
This will be helping people who have obviously in the sweepstake looking for their beers if they've drawn these more obscure teams, shall we say?
Oh, yeah, anyone that can't find them, just message me. The only ones that will be tricky is Albania. And there's another one that's tricky, but I can't tell you it because I'm about to show you the beer.
Right, that is it's a quadruple for a start. It's Ljubljana. It isn't. It's a quadruple. Oh God, this is a tough one. Right, you know what?
There's a clue on the bottle.
There is, I think, and I'm tempted to say, Romania.
No.
Oh, it was the dragon, and it was the sort of like, the kind. I don't know what have I missed on there then.
No, do you know your capital cities?
I'm not very good at geography, but you can test me. What does it say?
Ljubljana is apparently how you're supposed to pronounce the name of the capital of Slovenia.
Oh, I'd have no chance with that then, yeah.
That was the other tricky one to get a hold of because they don't or anything here. So luckily I had a mate going on holiday.
How many have we got left?
There's 4 left. We can bosh through them quick if you want.
I'm just wondering if I've got enough to get my required points total to succeed. I was after 6, and I think I'm on 4, or no, I'm not even. I might be on 3.
I think you're on 3. You're close in. Right.
I can do it. Claim to fame. This is trying to get the name. That's the kind you kind of would expect. Maybe it wouldn't look out of place on a shelf in one of our sort of like British craft beer shops, really, wouldn't it?
No, I agree. This one, you can take a point if you get it, even with this clue. But this one is useful for me for a couple of reasons.
Bring it in a little bit closer. Let's have a look.
Think of the colours.
Yes, it's Spain. No, red and yellow.
You told me that something wouldn't be difficult for me to do, which was drink a certain beer from.
This is yours, isn't it? I'm trying to remember which team you had now. I'm not gonna. I'm cheating, right? Romania. I should have just carried on saying Romania all the way through. There we go.
Yeah. I think. Do we be generous? We give you half a point for that because you worked out that you could cheat together.
No, don't deserve it. Don't deserve it.
Right.
Let's have a look at this one. Will Slackey. Is that right? I'm making a right mess of these. Wish Slackey.
Maybe. Yeah, why not? We'll go with it.
Okay. And there's a footballer on that, and they're wearing red. I'm tempted and trying to look at the teams that I know that will wear red. I want to say either and I don't know if I've already said. I said Austria already, so it can't be them.
Yeah,
Poland.
come Austria. It is Poland. It
Yes,
is
get
Poland.
in. Puts
Yeah,
me on
I went
4. I need 2 more.
when looking for a Polish craft beer. Walked into the shop and saw one with a Polish footballer on it. What more could you want?
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, right. This one we've done England already. Remember?
Yeah.
So if you get this, I'll be very impressed.
North. Is that actual? Is that a North Bruco beer?
It is, but the
It
key is
is.
who it's collabed with.
Ah, okay. Hoppy people, hazy pale. It's a North beer.
So the link,
Are we talking the colours again?
no, nothing to do with the colours. And the link
Yeah.
is that this was the official beer of a beer festival in the country this year. Not in England, in the country who I've got this for. It's a big plus.
Oh, dear, I'm trying to think. Where's Leeds twinned with? Could it be that? Is it Ukraine?
It's not
No, it can't be
Ukraine.
Ukraine. They're not gonna have many beer festivals in Ukraine at the minute. I can say that. I was
I'll
going on the colours. I got drawn in with the colours on that one. You see,
think about the plus, mate. Think about the plus.
the plus. I'll call. Hold on. I'm looking at my map. At my wall chart. Oh, the plus is in the flag plus.
Maybe.
Right. I've said Denmark, so they're out of the way. Oh no, I ain't said Denmark. Denmark. Hold on, it's saying Zurich. This is where I'm falling down again. It's I'm gonna have to pack it in here.
Switzerland.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a bit of a twist. It's the only one that's not like officially a Swiss beer, but Hobby People are a Swiss brewery. And yeah, it was the official beer of Zurich Beer Festival 2024.
Yeah.
All right, and then last one, you need a point to get to 5, don't you?
If I was better at geography, I'd have got that last one, I think. But because I'm awful at geography, let's have a look at this. Right, this is a Sherpa IPA, and it's from Perman Craft Brewery in Hop We Trust. Czech Republic, obviously. Yeah, we didn't want to miss that one.
Yeah, no, spot on. Wait, so 5?
That gets me on to 5. Yeah, there we go. I did all right. I mean, I was slightly under my target, but that's okay. 5 out of the 11. Not too bad. Bearing in mind, I got a few half points there and stuff. So,
yeah.
But anyway, thanks for playing that. Really enjoyed that. And again, if you want help with finding a beer to match your team's sweepstake, your sweepstake country, then yeah, go check out Alex_Stevens_beer. Now, Alex, you are heading off to Germany, aren't you?
I am indeed. Yeah, got off on Sunday. Got a stopover in Brussels. So we'll be watching England's first game in Brussels. And then we head into Germany, staying just outside of Cologne. Apologies, anyone German, for my pronunciation. And then we've got going to 2 games: Turkey v Georgia in Dortmund, which would be good to go to that stadium on the Tuesday, and then hanging out with the Tartan Army on Wednesday. Scotland, Switzerland in Cologne. So yeah, looking forward to it.
It's going to be amazing. It's not the first time you've done this either, is it?
No, there was a group of 8 of us that went for 2 weeks in Euro 2016 in Paris, and we were supposed to go in 2020. Obviously, COVID. We were going to interrail across the continent, but didn't happen. And now there's 5 of us for this summer. 2 of the lads are actually going to the England game on Sunday, which
brilliant.
About. Then we're meeting in Germany the day after. So no, really looking forward to it. Fan park for the Germany game as well should be good. And yeah, luckily no one can get knocked out, I don't think, whilst I'm there, so I don't need to take any of these beers with me.
That's it. And of course, I don't know if the reports are true or if it's all just media rubbish. But it looks like from what I've been reading, they've reduced the beers for England fans down to these 2.5% Radlers or something like that. Is that true, or is there any way you can go and get a decent beer?
There will be some truth to it, I'd imagine, because in 2016, in the grounds at the games, it was low strength beer. Outside the grounds, you could get normal beer, so to speak.
Right.
But yeah, so I'd imagine there probably is some truth in it, but it might, if that's what's in the grounds, that was probably already decided already, and then the media have spun it a different way. But I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
We'll keep an eye on your account. I'm guessing you'll be posting a little bit, won't you, to tell us what you're up to and stuff.
Yeah,
Good
I think there'll be a couple of stories going on at the games, I think.
So go on then, tell us about your domestic team as well. We've kind of given it away, but yeah, tell us about your love for your local team.
Well, I did obviously just bring the scarf down ready, didn't I? So there we go. If anyone wasn't sure, that is my Europa League scarf from this season, because we got into Europe for the first time.
You did, yeah. Did you get to watch any of those games?
Yeah, did all the aways apart from Marseille, because I was on holiday. So yeah, saw us win in the Amsterdam Arena, saw us win in Athens, also saw us got battered in Rome, but never mind.
As a Sheffield Wednesday fan, I can only dream.
Blue and white stripes, blue and white stripes. Well, we still owe you for that playoff semi-final in what, 2016, whatever it was.
Oh, I thought you'd have forgot about that. Now you've reached the top. I thought you'd have forgot all about us.
No, I've got a mate who's an owl, to be fair, and he never lets me forget that. So
oh, that'll be why then. Everyone else will forget it. But yeah. Brilliant. Well, and how do you fancy your chances for next season?
Tricky one. Need a manager first. Hopefully, by the time this goes out, we will actually have a new manager in charge. But if it's the guy that's reported, then he's younger than me. He's younger than Dunk, who's our skipper. So yeah, exciting. It's the way we do things now. We do it the not the same way as everyone else, really. We do our own.
It works so well because a lot of clubs are looking up to Brighton as that club that are doing amazing things and seem to be running things really well, and the fans are always happy. You know, it seems like a good place to be. You know, I think it's what a lot of clubs, you know, really hope to be able to be like one day, to be honest. So yeah, I mean,
as a kid, seeing us in. I mean, I've seen us in every division. I was a mascot when we were in what's now League Two. So I will never complain. I can never
exactly. Yeah, and young managers is all the, you know, that's what people are going for at the minute. I mean, same with Sheffield Wednesday and our young. I mean, I think our coach, like you just said, you know, your new manager might potentially be younger than you, and our manager is younger than me as well. So yeah.
Way to do it, mate. If it works.
So I think, is that a sign of our age, or is that a sign of their age? I think it, you know.
Let's go the latter, shall we?
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining me today. It's been brilliant. Really liked it, and I know it'll be really handy for those people who are trying to get their, you know, look for their beers for their sweepstake team as well. I'll be following your journey. I'll be following the beers that you're drinking throughout the tournament, and you'll be drinking these as each team gets knocked out, won't you?
Yeah, and as someone said to me, what are you doing with the winner? Because they don't get knocked out, which is a very good point. But yeah, no, whenever they get knocked out, drink the beer. When it comes to the final, I just get to enjoy the winner one more, particularly if it's England.
Exactly, yeah. Excellent. So we'll keep his eye on that, and obviously we'll keep his eye on your Instagram as you're away supporting England, obviously. Well, and just generally enjoying yourself at the tournament and watching all those games anyway. So have a great time. And thank you very much for joining me.
No, thanks for having me. Pleasure.
Yeah. Give him a follow. Alex_Stevens_beer. Cheers, Alex.
Cheers, guys. Enjoy the Euros.